Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it is 3:46 p.m. It's August 21st of 2021. As you can see in the background, I hooked it up the other day, then I took it down. I hooked it back up just a few hours ago. That is my, it's a monitor, but next to it is an HP um, Google Chromebox. That's it, Google Chromebox. And I've got a lot of, I mentioned in one of my videos, if you watched in the last few days, that I had a bunch of mice here, and several of them were just, broken, and I had, well, I didn't know they were broken for sure. I wasn't sure, because I bought, ouch, whoops, I forgot that's wired. Oops, are you still there? I think I was going to show it to you, and I forgot it's a wired one. That's the Google Logitech G502, which is good, I spend more for a mouse than I should because I don't do any of the, but anyway, so my ex-wife, she had trouble with her mouse broke on her computer. And so I said, okay, I got plenty. So I went and took her one, hooked it up. It didn't work. So, she starts wrapping a quarter. I just, give it to me, throw it in the trash. I take her another one. Doesn't work, throw it in the trash. Take her another one. Now I'm finally getting into the good stuff, I take it to her. It uses a dongle, one of those chips. And so I put that in, gave it to her. She put it in the computer. She figured out how to put a USB thing into a USB slot. And then she said it doesn't work, So wait a minute, So I got new batteries for it, rechargeable. Put them in, it worked for her. But anyway, we'd end up, I don't know how many mices or mouses we got rid of. So I ordered, I was looking for an inexpensive one. And as you can see, found this one. Never heard of it. 2.4 gig and uses one of these, USB devices, and it's 2.4 gigahertz frequency. And so when I hooked up today the Chromebox, this is what I hooked up, what I hooked up to it, and works great. It's working over there on, you can't see it from here, can you? But it works great, and it's only $13. So I'll put a link to it. I always spend, I don't use any, I don't even know what, I just use right and left click and the scroll wheel, and that's it. Same with the, this keyboard here is a Logitech G910. It has programmable keys, all that type of stuff. I never use them, I never use them. Sometimes I think I should. So I could just hit one key, G1 or G2 or something to do, because something that I do all the time. And back here I'm using the Razer, whatever keyboard that is, which is a nice one, and it's lit. And so when I hooked up this monitor here, this morning I hooked up my long white LG, put it there, and when it powered on, it was in, 380 by 20 by whatever, 4K. So I just hooked up a different monitor. So I'm not sure, you know, I do this kind of thing. I'm not sure that what I'm going to use this over here for. Anyway, this 2.4, let's see, it's got 4.5 stars, over 3,000 people rating it. Oh, I have very small hands. I don't know if you can tell from that or not. You know, and I never have paid much attention to myself. And, you know, 30 years of being armed, I had, you know, nice handguns and, you know, nice stocks on them and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, I could qualify. And, well, I never shot all that great or anything like that. You know, I had to qualify every year. And after after my 30 years, you know, and I got rid of my handgun. And then they have no tie-in here, but I started reviewing items. I think I reviewed over 1,000 items on Amazon. And the way it started actually was I went to the doctor, and the doctor, for my bloated and terrible looking legs and feet, he suggested compression socks. So I went ahead and I think I'd already maybe purchased some in the past, but anyway, I purchased some from Amazon, and they worked out well. I don't wear them. What does that tell you about me? But I purchased. You know, and I could see that they worked and they were good and whatever. So I just happened to write a review on. I hadn't done any reviews on Amazon, and I wrote a review and posted it. And then I got a email message or whatever from the company saying, thank you for the review that you did on Amazon, and tell us what size your feet are, and we're going to send you some free ones. And they did. And so then that's, you know, I ended up doing like over 1,000 reviews, and then of course I got kicked off of doing I'm not allowed to review anything. But, when I was doing the reviews, though, at some point, I mean, I was sent you know, I don't know how many of these, you know, flashlights that I were sent, and I reviewed them and I gave them away. Around here, I was a river unto my people. But I was sent so much stuff to review for free, you know. They was sent, and then where was they going? Oh, eventually, I'm not sure if I think I was sent them to review. Maybe I purchased them for some reason, gloves. And the gloves wouldn't fit me. They were, you know, terrible. So I ordered. Then I figured I looked at the thing and figured I have really, really small hands, very small hands. And then I realized, you know, I think I would have done much better shooting, you know, got a higher score shooting on the range if I had, you know, the correct stocks on my my handgun, and well, I just, so there's something sort of wrong that I don't pay attention to myself. I saw a doctor chart at one time that I was on my chart that patient is not good. I forget how he put it. Patient is not good at relaying his, and that's worked out like with medicines and things like that too. I mentioned several times probably. I remember recently mentioning that doctor prescribed a medicine for me, and I took it, and then at some point I started having extreme pain in all of my entire body. And what I should have done is put, okay, a doctor just gave me this medicine, and it's not like he wrote out prescription new prescriptions for 6 medicines that I started. It was one medicine, and cholesterol medicine, statin, and so anyway, I all of a sudden, and I thought, okay, I guess I really gotten old, and I was thinking, well, it seems like it's hit all at once. It seems like you gradually go into it or something. And then weeks, months go by, and I'm thinking, I really, of course you can't say it out loud or whatever. I'm thinking, I really don't want to live this. If this is old age, I do not want to live with extreme pain all from my body, all the time. And I'm thinking, I really don't. This is just horrible. This is not a way to live. And then at some point I thought, no, okay, let me look at my medicine. So I looked at that little most recent one that I got, and went to the sites about it. Then it said, I forget exactly that, I'm not quoting exactly, but it said, that a very high number of people cannot tolerate this statin type of medications. And the complaints that they have is that every muscle in their body hurts, every muscle. And then I was like, oh my God, that's it. That's what I've got. Every muscle in my body hurts. So I stopped taking it. And of course, then eventually when I saw my doctor, I said, I'm not taking that anymore. I stopped out. Oh, you need to take it, for your high cholesterol. I said, I'm not taking it. And I told him why, that oh, I can give you, a different, I said, nope, no, I'm not taking it. And then, that was in Miami. Then several years later when I'm, the doctor says, here, well, you need to be on a, I said, no, not taking it. Why aren't you not taking it? And why are you not taking it? I told him why, And then I go, I think he probably forgets me. Of course, they have the chart, when you show up, have your chart. But he says, why are you not on? And I said, he says, well, you need it. He says, I can give you, no. And then I mentioned this in a video the other day here. Then at some point I'm watching I didn't watch Friday's NPR News, the review, the 2 guys. That's what I watch mainly. But anyways, I watched that show every week. I would watch that show on television, news show. And then they had a whole panel, of people, doctors, because some board had come out with a recommendation. They said this is, and on the newspapers and things like that, this is big news. Such and such medical, board has decided that everybody who's elderly and has high blood pressure or I forget exactly what the things were. Basically, they were saying just like, and they said, and this medicine is not now just for, people with high cholesterol. Even if you don't have high cholesterol, everybody basically needs to take it. I mean, they didn't say everybody, but it's, older people. It was basically, I mean, and I, so, so I think the next time I saw my doctor, the same doctor that I've been seeing, I saw him and he said, "Oh, you're not taking a cholesterol, and there's a new thing, such and such, that is out, and it's highly recommended. It's recommended that everybody." And I said, "I saw that. I watched the people on the news hour talking about it, the doctors and the experts and this whole thing." And I said, I didn't go to medical school, but no, I'm not taking it, and they're going to be. I think they're going to be wrong. I won't be around to see it, but 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, people are going to say, why in the world, experts are going to be saying, why in the world were these people taking this medication? So I said, I'm not taking it. I think I might be taking one of them. That doctor keeps bugging me, and I can't remember if I'm taking one or not. Certainly not taking one that's. I guess I need to go through my medicines and see. It was the same thing with the. What is that? Where they put a camera up your butt? This doctor was like, "Well, you should have such and such." Nope, not doing it. And why won't you do it? And I said, "It has nothing. Has nothing to do with some type of fear of homosexuality or anything like that. I just don't want to do it." And well, it's just And I said, "No, okay, they put the camera up my butt, and then they find something, a polyp, and then they're going to say, well, we need to go in there and do such, remove that or whatever." And then I'm going to say no. And but and he's like, "Well, this is just to look into." I said, "No." Then I'm going to be worried. I'm going to be going around thinking, "Okay, I got the big C. I'm going to die or something or other." So why should I bother to find out? Find out about it. And so eventually I reached the point where then they say, "Okay, at a certain age, okay, the polyps are usually start out small, and at a certain age, there's no reason to go in there if they find something that is, you know, a polyp or something, and it's got a little cancer in it or something. Yeah, you're going to be dead by the time it gets to where it's going to be a problem for you." I think don't take any medical advice from me, and I probably got everything wrong. But anyway, he put in the chart, patient refused. So anyway, this is a nice mouse. I'll put a link to it. And I just renewed my thing, and it was like, I forget, $35 or something like that. My Jim Howard. There it is. It pops up automatically. JimHoward.me. So please use that link if you're, there's where it's going to take you, but you don't have to. In fact, I need to update these things. I don't think any of you are looking at them, but I definitely need to update those things. But once you get here, if you go and buy something, then I will get a commission. And here's my earnings. By the way, I've shown this before. Payment. Oh, we got lasagna. So anyway, this month I will, at the end of the month, I will get $12.62 for the month. And month before that I got $13.46. And these 2 months, it has to add up to it was like 762, so I didn't get it until it adds up to it has to be more than $10 or whatever. And now here's a month down here I made 110. It'd be nice if you're. Please use that link. I'd like for it. It'd be nice to have like $100 coming in from that. As you can see, I'm not not looking to get rich. I don't think YouTube's going to make me rich. Now this is just commissions for Amazon things. But it'd be nice to have that because I finally did away with YouTube, whatever it was. But I spend more. This camera I just spent, what was it, $270, I think, $270. So I think that's it. This is also, I just made a video a few hours ago, and I had both the cameras, the new camera and the Logitech Brio or whatever, and they were both running, of course, because so I could, well, here I can't do it now, but where I could, okay, yeah, you see one before, I could switch to another camera. But I think that's the reason that the audio was out of sync, because I'd made videos, and I think it's because of that. So I just disconnected one of the cameras, but I put it over on my Chrome box. Oh, we've got lasagna. It should be ready in a few minutes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.